Hey girls, I'm going to teach y'all how to be a 304. So first, what you're going to do is look up the law in your area. Is this legal, or is it decriminalized, or is it completely illegal? This is called risk management. Is the risk worth the reward? Now you got to figure out where to do it. Are you going to do it on the street, like walking up and down a blade? Are you going to do this online, or are you going to be freestyling? Freestyling is when you go out into the real world and you're just looking like a normal girl and tricks will approach you. The worst part about this is sometimes they might not be a trick, sometimes they might be a trick, and also you do have to spend money a lot of times to be out freestyling. You might hit it off with an amazing guy. Like, a lot of times I'll run into like a guy who I know has bread, right? But then he'll be one of those dudes like, oh, I don't spend money on girls. And I'm like, yep, get to the left. So you never just want to go off with their profession. You really want to go off with the person. So now for the setup, right? So if you're going to do walking on the street and everything, you need to have your forms of protection. I don't know too much about walking on the street or whatever. If you're going to be online with it, you need to set up a professional presence. You can decide if you want to show your face or not show your face. This is also where you're going to decide your boundaries. Some girls do certain things, some girls don't do certain things. One thing we're not going to do is talk down on anybody else. In this industry, a lot of girls are thinking, oh, I'm better than her because I don't do this, or I charge this. Everybody doing the same thing at the end of the day, whether you charge $1 or $1 million. Now, when it comes to pricing, you decide that for yourself. You're going to look at what the market is in your area and also what you feel that you deserve. A lot of girls feel like they could be high-end just because they're pretty. That is not how high-end works. High-end is less volume. Low-end is high volume. A high-end girl is way more experienced than a new girl. You're not really going to come in the market being high-end off rip for the most part. There is no industry minimum, but in my opinion, I feel like the industry minimum should be 300.
Okay, we have seen it all. We have seen it all. We are definitely in the last days. We have women online teaching other upcoming young ladies, women, on how to become a 304. Just when you thought you saw it all on the internet, the 304 culture just don't let you down. Just when you thought you saw it all on the internet, the 304 lifestyle just don't let you down. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The 304, I don't know about y'all, but the 304 lifestyle never cease to amaze me. Hey, do what you do. I'm not judging. But to come online on the internet and teach other wannabe potential future 304s on how to become a 304 is next level. Just when you thought you saw it all on this internet. Well, a lot of everything she said on here is true. She gave you the keys on how to become a 304. I'm pretty sure they have other women that would piggyback off of her and like to add something else. But, she gave you the basics on how to become a 304 if that's what you're into. I'm not gonna lie. More these days than ever. Back, it's just not like yesterday. You starting to see more and more and more and more and more 304s these days. And they're beautiful. Yesteryear, the 304s of yesteryear was kind of average but nowadays, they got some gorgeous, beautiful model, top model, supermodel, beautiful 304s. It's like everybody wants to do it these days. I don't know if it's because they see it online like this, and they're glamorizing it, and they feel like it's glamorous and it's the thing to be. The only thing I would add, if I was her, if she's going to teach them how to be, also teach them the other side too. Teach them the pros and cons to becoming a 304 if they want to know how to become or how to be a 304. Teach them the good and the bad. Teach them the positive and the negative. Teach them the pros and the cons so they won't come into this thing in the blind. So they won't come into the lifestyle of the, in the blind. Nobody wants to walk into nothing in the blind. So if you're going to teach them how to be a 304, teach them also the positives and negatives of the lifestyle as well. That's the only thing I would add to this. But hey, I don't judge nobody, past, present, or future 304s. If this is what you want to do, by all means, do it. I love y'all and I love the lifestyle. I said I love y'all and I love the lifestyle. No judgment over here. That's why I named my main channel No Judge Zone. New Orleans Street Interviews. So there's no judgment over here. Do what you do. But please be careful and please don't go in it in the blind thinking it's all glamorous. Educate yourself. I would say educate yourself on the lifestyle before you get in the lifestyle. That's what I would say before I even tell you or teach you how to be a 304. Educate yourself on this lifestyle. It's not all glamorous. You're not going to be making piles and piles and piles of money every day. You might have a good day. You might have a bad day. You might have a good week. You might have a bad week. You might have a good month. You might have a slow month. There are slow days in this lifestyle. Every day is not $1 million days. Every day is not $1,000 days. And sometimes you can have more slow days than fast days. They need to teach you that. If they're going to teach you how to become a 304 or how to be a 304, they need to teach you that and tell you that. But hey, if after you learn the pros and cons, the negative and positive, the good and the bad, and you still want to do it, by all means, hey, that's between you and God. You and God. I have no judgment over here. Do what you do. I got my dollars waiting. I didn't mean to say that. But one more thing she didn't break down in this video. She said walk the blade. She got to teach people who don't know these codes, this new language, these acronyms of the 304 lifestyle. A blade or a track. When somebody say walk the blade, walk the track, for those who don't know, that means walk the streets. Walk the blade, hit the blade means the street or the corners, the sidewalks. Some people call it the whole stroll back in the day. Same thing, the track. You might hear somebody say, but the track kind of like an old-fashioned term now. Nobody don't really use that. I think that the word track kind of went out somewhere in the early 2000s. So they don't really say track no more. Once every blue moon, you'll hear somebody still say track. But nowadays, they say blade. And both of the words mean street. Walk the street. You know how you see them walking up and down the street until they catch them a date? That's what the blade is. You're walking up and down the blade until you catch a date. You're walking up and down the track until you catch a date. Trick. She used the word trick a lot. Let me tell you what I've learned in this lifestyle. Me and her might disagree with this one. Me and her talked before, and I would love to interview her on on my channel, No Judge Zone, but she knows it. But the word trick, what I've learned about that derogatory term is low class 304s use the word trick. High class 304 use the word client. Low class 304s use the word trick. Upscale 304s use the words client or customer. Teaching y'all gonna learn a lot. I'm teaching y'all a little something. Y'all gonna learn a lot with this channel. And that's all I probably would have to add to this particular video. But everything else she said was okay with me, except for a couple of things, and I already spoke on that. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. Not gonna make this video too long. Until the next one, I'll see you. This is 304 Sweet Daddy, and I'm gone like water.